The DOJ released a video that at first everybody said they couldn't find a video of Cassie Ventura being beaten. They couldn't find it. It didn't exist. You saw one clip, and then you saw DOJ release another clip to the news. So the DOJ had that clip to begin with. So the people who are telling you that they don't have the Epstein file, they're full of shit. What other way do you want me to explain that? They're lying to you. The ones that are telling you, Pam Bondi, that she only had a little bit, it is bullshit. Bullshit. Because they told you the same thing. And now you're seeing it with the Sean Combs case. About him beating the hell out of females. I knew about the parties going on with multiple people, so it wasn't just Sean Combs. I knew about all of that, but I left early. So guilty. How many people did you hear say about Cassie Ventura that I knew that she was being abused? I knew that it was wrong. I knew what he was doing. The case that is on right now that you guys are seeing is out of New York City. Anywhere. Whoever tried just...
Ollie Carter is finally back from hiding, and she just revealed the $50 million bribe that Diddy paid to have his RICO charge quietly dismissed. And baby, the justice system is way more corrupt than we thought. It turns out that Diddy has been secretly sending money to the jurors' families, disguised as charitable donations through the church, and the Kardashians might even be involved in helping him pull it off. This isn't the first time Diddy has been caught doing something like this, but this is definitely the biggest scandal yet. And Ollie Carter is not letting him get away without spilling the tea. When Diddy was arrested, this was the exact tactic he used to keep witnesses and victims from coming forward. And now he's using the same method to influence jurors in his favor. Of course, the jurors still had to find him guilty on something, or else it would have been too obvious that something shady was going on. But when it came to that RICO charge, they completely cleared it, and that was the most serious one. Diddy's bribery and victim payoff tactics were exposed a while ago when people started investigating the Kardashians and how they allegedly used their favorite church to avoid paying taxes. If you remember, Kris Jenner was exposed some time ago for opening a church called California Community Church, where members are required to pay $1,000 a month in membership fees and donate more than 10% of their earnings as tithes. At first, people thought this was just a scheme designed by Kris to help herself and her daughters get tax write-offs. But it turns out it wasn't just about tax evasion. They were also allegedly using the church as a front to funnel hush money to victims of high-profile celebrities, including Diddy. Apparently, Lou Taylor, a well-known Hollywood manager who at one point represented Diddy, Justin, and the Kardashians themselves, is also a board member at the church. They've been secretly receiving large sums of money from Diddy and using that money to quietly pay off victims. These payments are disguised as charity donations, so no one ever questions them.
24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They is doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Watch, just follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is alleged, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it, but there's reportings, okay? So everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Keep that in mind. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically owner, co-owner, or whatever. So I was like, let me look into this Lou Taylor person. I'm thinking Lou Taylor was a guy who was a woman with a husband, whole husband. And they doing ministry and everything. Now, mind you, y'all remember the whole thing with Britney Spears? So come to find out, Lou Taylor, this gets deep, y'all, hold on. Okay, so Lou Taylor is the CEO of TriStar Sports and Entertainment. She's like a business manager icon. Now, Mike, do y'all know the Lohans? What's the Lindsay Lohan? So she apparently, allegedly, she has been behind most of these stars' conservatorship situations, especially Britney Spears. So before we talk about Britney, Mike Lohan, which is the Lohan girl, Lindsay Lohan's daddy, accused Lou Taylor and the mama Dina Lohan for trying to put Lindsay Lohan in a conservatorship concerning her money. Also, allegedly, there's a lawsuit from 2021 with Astroworld tragedy, and she's being sued for employment discrimination. This is what this Lou lady is. Now, Lou Associates maintain intense control also over Britney Spears' life and money. And she was behind even the conservatorship of why Britney Spears had that conservatorship, because she ended up becoming the business manager and took over the financial pieces of Britney Spears' whole.
According to Ollie Carter, this was the exact strategy Diddy used to allegedly bribe the jurors into ruling in his favor. But she didn't stop there. She also criticized the prosecutors for never once mentioning the children that Diddy allegedly abused. Ollie said she was almost selected to testify as a witness, but when it became clear that she intended to expose what Diddy did to children, she was removed from the list, along with hundreds of other witnesses who were going to speak on the horrific things they had seen Diddy do to minors.
This is on the case. And I don't know if they even got through all of those witnesses, but Maureen Comey is the prosecutor of this case, on this case in New York City. And she never asked about the children. And, there's so many people who wanted me to be a witness on.
She also called out people like Lil Boozy and Funkflex, who have been attacking Cassie and telling her to stop going after Diddy, saying he has kids who defend him, while conveniently ignoring the fact that he assaulted other people when they were kids too. Ollie revealed that she was only 15 when Diddy assaulted her in his mansion in LA, and Cassie was only 19 when he started pursuing her. They were still kids, but no one cared about what he did to them. Now, they expect everyone to care about the mental health of Diddy's kids when it's finally time for their father to be held accountable.
Side of pedophiles, they keep calling Sean Combs' children, his twin daughter and his other daughter, You with me still? Yes? Okay. They keep calling them kids. The twins and the daughters kids. They don't need to be in the case because they're kids. Cassie Ventura was not called a child. Everybody tore that woman apart because they saw a pregnant grown woman sitting on that trial telling her story that everybody covered up as she was 19 years old. People are addressing Sean Combs' kids as kids, but they won't address Cassie as a kid when this happened to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was 15 years old when I had dealings with Sean Combs. She was 19. You get me? Okay? We're not talking about the other children that were on this case. Now, as you guys are saying, I told you, the justice system is rigged. I don't know how many ways people need to say that, see it for themselves, research it, dig on it, and not understand that the justice system is rigged. And we've been saying that since the beginning. We went through court cases. We went through private investigators. This is how we have the insurance and the documents and the things and the receipts that we have, because we have been through this so many times before, where the victim is the one who gets the most hell and the predators walk. The amount of people that you've seen, I want you to stop and think about how many people were enabling.
Ally accused the prosecutors of helping Diddy escape those charges. She claimed the entire situation was never intended to land him in jail. It was just a public humiliation ritual designed to embarrass him. And once that was done, they began actively covering things up to help him walk free. She even mentioned that federal agents knew about Diddy's behavior as far back as the early 2000s, but allowed him to continue until Cassie filed her lawsuit. That lawsuit made the authorities look bad, as people began questioning how such things could go on for so long without law enforcement ever noticing. According to Ally, the only reason they went after Diddy was to distract from their own corruption. She also pointed out that many people knew exactly what Diddy was doing but stayed silent because they were being paid to keep quiet. From the hotel staff who cleaned up the rooms after his freak-offs, to hotel managers who deleted CCTV footage, to bodyguards who were allegedly paid to blow up cars and kidnap people. Even the district attorney initially tried to deny Diddy's illegal activities, until lawsuits started pouring in one after another. So many people had opportunities to stop him, but they all turned a blind eye because the money kept flowing.
Video that at first everybody said they couldn't find a video of Cassie Ventura being. They couldn't find it. It didn't exist. You saw one clip, and then you saw DOJ release another clip to the news. So the DOJ had that clip to begin with. So the people who are telling you that they don't have the Epstein file, they're full of shit. What other way do you want me to explain that? They're lying to you. The ones that are telling you, Pam Bondi, that she only had a little bit, it is bullshit. Bullshit. Because they told you the same thing, and now you're seeing it with the Sean Combs case. They told you they just had a little bit of a video, and then it got released. That's on the DOJ. They lied to you. They told you that nothing happened, that this man, Sean Combs, was just this rap mogul that everybody loved. No, he couldn't have hurt nobody. He couldn't have did anything. And then all this stuff came out. Well, he did that. But yeah, he couldn't have did anything else. And then something else came out. Okay, well, maybe he did that too. But he couldn't have did anything else. And then something else comes out. How many people did you hear say, I left the party early? I knew about the abuse. I knew about children being there. I knew about him the hell out of females. I knew about the parties going on with multiple people, so it wasn't just Sean Combs. I knew about all of that, but I left early, so guilty. How many people did you hear say about Cassie Ventura that I knew that she was being abused? I knew that she was wrong. I knew what he was doing, but I'm just now speaking about it. Guilty. Coward. How many maids did it take to clean up a penthouse suite? Know that there was blood and glass everywhere, but they kept their mouth shut because they got paid. Guilty. So we're not talking, let's go back down to the bottom. The hotel manager that you guys never seen his face at first of this hotel, he heard the beat, he heard the screaming, he knew what was going on, he knew that Sean Combs was in there, he knew that he had other girls with him, he knew what was going on, he had the footage, he talked to the security. That hotel manager is who took that footage from the security and said, okay, hand me some money or help me be quiet, I'm gonna shut the hell up. You did not hear anything from that hotel manager until now. But they told you, that hotel manager, if you would have went back then, they would have told you, no, we don't know anything. Cover up. Guilty. The security that were on shift that night, that knew about this footage, that knew he dragged her down the hallway, that knew he kicked her in the back and all over the place. The hotel security that knew about that, they looked away. They got paid off. Guilty. How many ways now the FBI that have had all of this information for a really long time